This week on TGC News, legal updates from Fireclean and Slidefire, a ballistic panel for idiots, and a little patriotic encouragement from me. The Scarging handle from Kinetic Development Group offers an ergonomic way to manipulate your FN SCAR rifle. Able to be used on both sides of the gun as well as flipped upside down for a different angle of approach, this textured contoured handle is brand new from KDG. To get 10% off your entire order on kineticdg.com, use the code TGC10. Welcome back, my name is John Patton. Do yourself a huge favor and go subscribe to the TGC YouTube channel right now. There is a link in the description so you can do that, and I have a big announcement coming in a few weeks, and you need to be subscribed. And in case you missed it last week, I'm hiring a camera operator. I got a few questions I'm going to answer for you guys real quick that keep coming up. First, you actually do need to live close by, whether that's relocating or you already live in the area. I cannot have someone on the other side of the country trying to film regular content for you guys at home. It just doesn't work that way. Second, and this keeps coming up for some odd reason, I will not tell you what the pay is for the position if you are not a qualified candidate, and I'm certainly not going to say it publicly. Guys, you wouldn't want your pay all over the internet, so why would I put someone on my team's pay on the internet? That's ridiculous. It's not minimum wage, it's a good living. Trust me. And third, this is a full-time position. I need someone that is dedicated to TGC, not someone that wants to play with guns on the weekend. This is not a game, folks. TGC is extremely important to me, and I won't settle for people that are not dedicated. Now, this week's first story is a combo update on some legal cases from the gun world. First up, the debacle known as Lubegate 2015. Long story short, Fireclean decided to sue two bloggers based on their claims about that product, Andrew Tuhoy and Everett Baker, for defamation. The case would set precedent in our community of bloggers being sued for negative content. Again, true or not. Fast forward to Saturday afternoon when I'm driving home from hunting, and I get a snap from Everett Baker himself telling me that the case has been dismissed within the state of Virginia where Fireclean is based. The case was dismissed because of the lack of personal jurisdiction over the defendants within the state, aka they didn't live or do business in the state, so the court couldn't actually hear the matter, and thus dismissed. That being said, they can still be sued elsewhere. I'm not sure what Fireclean plans to do in this case, but what I do know is that it will cost a lot of money to keep pursuing this. The next legal update I've got for you guys is on the Slidefire versus Bumpfire Systems case. Essentially, Slidefire owns a few patents regarding the type of products that they make, and Bumpfire Systems was found to be infringing on those patents. They were undercutting everyone on pricing and selling the BFS stocks for about $100 where everyone else was selling it for 2 to 3 times that amount. The resolution? Well, basically Bumpfire Systems has to stop selling the product as long as the patent is in place and pay Slidefire an undisclosed amount of money for the infringement. It sucks to be them, but I'm glad the court upheld the patents. And in that looks as useful as wet bread news, a company called Minuteman Systems has just announced a GoFundMe campaign. I know. And their new product called the Minuteman. Real creative, guys. Based on that video, it is what you think it is, a deployable ballistic shield. At least that's what it's intended to be. The inventor, Andrew Bloomfield, intends to save lives with this 9-panel unit that appears to be made from a combination of sheet metal, bad welds, and hope. I think the overall concept, however, is fantastic. Who wouldn't want something that's small and compact that could unfold to become temporary shielding? I mean, that's cool, right? I do have a few concerns, though. First, the metal in the demo model seems to be fairly thin, and even thin AR-500 steel is heavy when you pick up 9 panels of it at once. In the video, he claims that the goal weight is between 15 and 18 pounds. What the hell actually weighs that little and can stop bullets effectively? I'm not sure, honestly. And even at 15 pounds, who the hell is going to carry that around? Nobody. So should they be made out of ceramic plates instead? Well, probably not, because those need to be relatively thick to work, and then you would have a folded up piece that's about a foot thick and impossible to transport. So then you're looking at some sort of Kevlar or other material with round stopping capability, and that price goes way above the $250 goal price. My other big concern is how loose the panels look on the prototype. As it opens up, the panels are just kind of flopping around a lot, and I don't know about you, but I would prefer something a little more rigid so that if one of the panels does take consecutive rounds, then I don't have to worry about it flopping out of the way and me taking a hit. And speaking of taking rounds, the joint material by nature has to remain flexible, right? And if the spalling from the impact cuts that flexible material and you lose pieces or something gets through, you defeat the purpose of the entire panel in the first place. And I understand that it's supposed to be a deterrent, it's supposed to be flexible, it's supposed to be mobile, blah, 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 blah. But I think the concept needs a lot more work before it's actually useful. Minuteman Systems seeks to fund about $35,000 for R&D and production, and even if they do get it, I don't think the product will fall under the aforementioned weight and cost factors. What do you guys think? Would you buy something like this? California, Massachusetts, Oregon, New York, New Jersey, Washington, Maryland. The list of anti-gun states continues to grow. In recent weeks, I've covered the gunpocalypse in California, the enforcement change in Massachusetts, and now California again is getting another new law to make people register homemade guns like 80% lowers. Your freedoms are being legislated away every single day. Every time I publish a video about one of those topics, the response is huge. There's everything from "thank you for covering this" to "this is BS" and everything in between. I also get bombarded with something I want to bring up today. It's been bugging me and I gotta bring it up with you guys. I'll start with a single sentence. Your freedom is your responsibility. Well, what does that mean? It means I want you guys to take more action. I cannot be everywhere at all times. I cannot talk about a single state's stupid laws over and over and over again. There are 50 states that matter most to me. All of them matter to me. And I have to be fair to everyone. I can't talk for weeks on end about Massachusetts or California or New York or any of these other states that have horrible laws. I can't beat that into the ground. You guys would tune out in a hurry. You need to take action, guys. A Facebook page or a group that's saying something like, "impeach the governor," is not action. You're sitting on your butt doing nothing. Making 30 different change.org petitions has never, to my knowledge at least, had a significant impact on a political situation. Even the White House petitions don't do anything. Guys, you need to be the champions of your own freedom. I will continue to talk about the BS that comes up because it matters. I want to bring it to everybody's attention. But I can't hold your hand while you fight the political battles in your state. Stop standing around the water cooler, tapping on your phone, playing Pokemon, saying somebody should do something, and get up and actually do something. Your voice can be heard. If no one is taking charge in your area, then you need to take charge. You need to stand up, and you need to be the champion in your area. Your freedom is your responsibility. Get off your ass and make it happen. Now, guys, you need to check out the company featured in the break and stick around for this week's Friendly Fire. The blasting cap from RE Factor Tactical is built on a flex-fit mesh platform to offer a form-fitting cap that keeps the operator cool during intense activity. Featuring not one, not two, but 3 patch panels, you can now get these bad boys in Ultra Tactical Gray. To get 10% off your entire order, use the code TGC10 at refactortactical.com. This week's Friendly Fire question is from a bunch of you. There's been so many great questions lately, it's freaking awesome, guys. The question is, what kind of training do you recommend besides going to classes? Honestly, there's a ton of things that you can do. I recommend definitely starting out or getting a foundation with something like a mindset seminar, for instance, the one by Rockwell Tactical that I really enjoy. That's a really awesome class. You could also grab something like a Cert Pistol and the laser app to set up your own range at your house to dry fire like crazy, really. You can just dry fire all night and not spend any on ammo. But keep in mind that dry fire training and things like that are supplemental. Nothing can replace live fire training. My friendly fire question to you guys this week: what are you doing to help protect the Second Amendment? Post your answer down in the comment section below, and if you want your question answered right here on TGC News, you can post that on Facebook.com/The Gun Collective. You can send it to me on Snapchat or post it on Instagram and tag me. And guys, that is it for this week's show. You know what to do. If you enjoyed the episode, hit that like button and share it with your friends. If you didn't, let me know down in the comments so we can talk about it. Do not forget to get subscribed. You won't want to miss a single week of the show. And as always, thank you all for watching. We'll see you soon. The shirts worn in today's episode of TGC News were provided by Patriot Patch Company. Click the link in the description to learn more.